The pilot episode of Infinite Train was aired on Cartoon Network YouTube channel on November 2 of 2016, and since from the first day it became an absolute success. And as expected, a few months later it received a green light and an entire season started being produced. Infinite Train is what adventurer was searching for since Gravity Falls ended years ago. It has a great mystery that strongly incites curiosity, a good light-hearted comedy that still perfectly fits the mood, but above everything, it is a memorable journey where it's possible to learn and grow as a person. Having funny moments and serious moments as well guarantees you a unique journey with a similar feeling as Gravity Falls. Why am I comparing Infinite Train to Gravity Falls so much? Because I was missing watching something with those characters I mentioned before. Having fun while at the same time so invested in the story and the way it's progressing, the feeling of wanting to know what's going to happen next. Those are things every story should make us feel, and that's exactly what Infinite Train did. So, Philip, are you telling me this is like a copy of Gravity Falls? No, it's the opposite of that. Owen Dennis deserves his own merit for creating such a good story. What I'm telling you is how both shows have similar narrative structures and how well the harmony is between seriousness and comedy in both shows. The first thing the show sets is the mood. On the very first seconds, the atmosphere is already unsettling. Something is not right, but we can't tell what. The interactions between the characters is really well made. It just feels natural, and Tulip family is not a infamous generic perfect happy family, but also not the infamous generic almost perfect family that is perfect but also have some small problems that every family has, like the passive-aggressive behavior between siblings that feels so forced. They don't act like a family, they just are. That makes a huge difference in any story. It's just a genuine family have to facing daily problems where each one of them act accordingly to their personality and beliefs, which ended up starting all the problems the family has. Our protagonist is having a problem directly related to her most important visions of her life, which leads to her making a decision for herself to ensure the goal is going to be achieved, which leads to the beginning of our journey. Each car is a different world, different rules of the universe. Physics can be completely different in those cars, and while most episodes use the story of the episode structure, everything have a meaning and still connected, just like You got it. I know. Every story reveals something and also introduces new mysteries, like the numbers in her hand changing despite the fact we still don't know what it means or what makes it change. We also have the strange machine working on the cars. Why did it run when he saw 1-1? It seems those orbs can control the reality of the cars, but how it works? Who made it? Why? So many questions rise through the story and keeps rising as the story progresses. At first, it sounds most episodes have no meaning at all. They just seems to be random adventures until you find a way out. But once you get all the answers and understand the meaning of the numbers, the purpose of the existence of the infinite train, every episode is in fact important to the story. After all, the story is about people who turn it into someone they shouldn't, or commit a mistake along the way and don't realize it, and other things as well. It's all about thinking about their own lives, realizing their own mistakes and decisions, then growing as a person. I must say, however, despite the fact there is some real dangerous stuff out there, like the strange creature that lives outside the train that turns you into Dusty, the weird guard astronaut that kills if he refuses you to join them, the insects, while the real meaning of the entire thing is to work through your problems, you can really die there. Which for me really adds even more emotion to the show. And by dangerous stuff, it also includes not deadly things, because the pig wasn't about killing you, but just living forever inside his car making food for him. And also, the person himself never understanding the true meaning of the numbers and getting stuck on the train forever. They don't represent an actual danger to their lives, but the essence remains. They dictate your destiny, so they are equally dangerous to the ones who will actually kill you.
Two in one? What is this? Some sort of destiny rubbish?
No, it is mathematics, Amelia. My algorithms are designed to account for a statistical probability that anything can happen on the train.
Anything?
It depends, of course. But even if the odds are highly improbable, given enough time, yes, anything. But once these two arrive at their seat, it is up to them to sort things out.
And if they don't?
Then they die here.
As we keep getting closer to the truth, wanting towards the season finale, we start reaching the climax. Earlier than I thought, Tulip ended up finding the person she was searching for so long. The conductor. The poor Amelia. The truth is revealed. Amelia is not the true conductor. She was a mere passenger, just like Tulip. However, she didn't like it how things were done on the train, so she decided to take control of it. But more important than this, on that moment was, Tulip realizes something. The essence of a million problems were the same as her. Both of them were running away from the chains of life. And once she realizes how she must deal with the problems of her life, her exit appears. However, there is only one thing in her head, bringing Atticus back.
This This would have been so much easier for all of us if you had just stayed put. But instead you go through car after car interfering with my plans, attacking my steward for months. And despite all of that, I still wanted to help you. I send the cat to offer you your tape to live inside your happiest memories. But what do you do with my gift? You reject it, and you continue to march against me. And now look where you ended up. No more tears.
Atticus, no!
You will cease your journey
Why should I listen to you?
because I am the conductor.
Characters dying is not a very explored territory in cartoons, even less when they are being airing a channel aiming for kids and preteens. However, it's really good to see this slowly changing that scenario lately. In the last few years, a lot of shows are using more and more of this, making meaningful death and turning the show more realistic. If characters are facing a very dangerous situation where they literally could die, I don't think it's a good decision to just let everyone live and find a way to make it alive with absurd resolutions by using the excuse, it's just a cartoon, it's just an animation for kids. If you decided to not use those narrative researches where all the characters miraculously survive, you can create memorable moments in the show, and at the same time, making someone learn the value of being alive, and also understand the meaning of death, and how to deal with it, how it makes people feel. A meaningful death tells us the value of a life. Okay, Atticus didn't really die. However, my point remains. Atticus got turned into one of those monsters we saw in the beginning of the season, and he still would be if Tulip didn't turn him back. In her journey of discovering how to save Atticus, we get to see the memories of Amelia, the false conductor. As everyone, she had problems to deal with it. More than that, she had different intentions. Once she discovered the true nature of the train and its purpose, she took control of it and tried to recreate her old life. The life where Ulrich is still alive. Her story and how the bond between her and Ralk is built was really well made. It feels 100% natural and strong. A genuine love. I think there is only one problem with it. It was way too short, and this problem wasn't only with her story. In fact, the first problem I found in the show is its length. Most episodes are just way too short and completely breaks the immersion. While I do know the standard for most cartoons are around 10 minutes, my point is this show deserved more. This show asked for more. For the most part, it will abruptly cut to the credits when you just wanted more. Then the next episode starts already a different car or a completely different conversation, while you just wanted to see more about the previous conversation or more about a specific car. Sadly, this problem, as I told you with Amelia's story being short, also affects a lot in the development aspect of the show. It's rushed way too fast for something that deserved more screen time. It doesn't make the show bad or something like this, it is still amazing. However, it would be even more amazing if they expanded its length. Letting that topic aside, I thought we were getting a little faster to the climax. Like, we have 4 seasons and at the end of the first, we were already discovering everything. We are at the engine, fighting the final boss, so I thought, what the other season's gonna be about. Then I just thought, this is the ending of this story. We had a beginning, mid, and an ending. The tale of Tulip is over. She overcome her own failures and mistakes, and once her portal was shown, she was a new person ready to deal with her life better than before she went on the train. That means every season will tell a story about a different person. For anyone finishing the first season, I think it's pretty normal to ask yourself if the other seasons are going to be as good as the first one. After all, it will be a new cast of characters, and I can assure you, it is. As we already know, the purpose of the train is to work through your problems, and at the time I'm making this video, we have 4 seasons, with each one of them having a central theme. The first season is something around you have to accept the change in your life. Not everything is under control, and you must accept and learn to deal with the change of life. The second season being about a journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and above all, don't let people try to turn you into someone you are not. The third one is about realizing your own mistakes and consider the possibility that your beliefs may be wrong. Learning to understand this and moving forward is the key. The fourth season, Owen Dennis stated, it's about relationship maintenance and communication, or lack thereof. It's also a bit about artistic endeavors versus the reality of creativity. Relationships take work, and they can kind of look back onto themselves. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said every show must make the viewer have fun, get invested in the story, and develop a feeling of wanting to know what happens next? That's exactly what Infinite Train did, and it's definitely not an easy task. Actually, it is very hard to create a memorable story, and for that reason, I genuinely believe Infinite Train is an important mark on animation history. It's a journey where every demographic, kids and adults, can enjoy the show and have great memories associated with it. Infinite Train is educational, funny, interesting, fascinating, and many other things. But above everything, it is a memorable journey. My name is Philip, and you are on the Filter Experience.